Hello everybody, and welcome back to more Animal Crossing New Horizons! I kind of lost track of time today, so it was so kind of you to help me with my fashion studies the other day. Here are 2 Taylor's tickets to say thank you. Trade them in for 3,000 bells. Or for an item worth 3,000. Eek, Steven! This is one of my favorite tops of all time! It's bold, it's colorful, it's fashion gold! Just imagining you in it had me squeaking with delight, so much so I gave myself a headache. Alright, I guess we're wearing this, so I'm gonna need something to go with it then, because if it's a top, I'm gonna need some bottoms. Got our Taylor's tickets. I think he gave us Marble Dots tea. So we're polka dotted. Got it. Alright. So I need something to go with some polka dots. Normally I'd be watching 8-Bit stream right now, but I do have it on and muted. Because I forgot what time it was. I literally noticed as I hit the record buttons of like, wait, I have a notification. Yeah, I did. It's from 8-Bit going live. I'll wear these. These work. And let's get some just standard socks. Just everyday socks. And some just regular shoes. I know to most people those would not be regular shoes. To me, these are regular shoes. Come at me. I say while I'm wearing a Kirby t-shirt. It's a Kirby t-shirt. You can't not wear a Kirby t-shirt. You have Kirby t-shirts. You wear Kirby t-shirts. That's just the law. Okay, we do got CJ in town. I will probably not go the longest today. I'm kind of thinking of maybe doing a 2-part recording, if I'm honest, because, like, I like relaxing to the 8-Bit stream. I also wanted to go for a walk today. Cashew, stay well, Squeak. Let's talk. Some time spent relaxing at home filling you with joy. I'd love for you to relax here as well, Squeak. Aww. Well, I got things I need to do. But I got playing games with a buddy and completely lost track of time. I really should have had this done, like, earlier. I was gonna record around noon, but they were installing a new fire hydrant just outside our house. A lot of noise. So, yeah, I didn't want to try recording with all that racket going on. Quack! Stay as long as you like. Slatus. Next time you're here, I think I'm gonna try some new recipes on you. Sound good? Yeah, it sounds great. What's that face? It sounds great! Diva, please! The game listens to me in every other way, except that, apparently. Diva did get into an argument with Serrano again, after I stopped recording last night. Bingus, always a pleasure. Let's talk. Tuesday we set across the sea, to find undiscovered islands. Of course I'd be the captain. You'd be my first mate, Rambler. You know how to sail, right? I kinda don't. Hey, Gala. Oh, it's Steven. Glad to see you. Let's chat. Glad you're never too busy to check in with me. Oh. Yeah. Encountered more of the Magic the Gathering Arena Shuffler being dumb. Quite literally, like, 4 games in a row, I had a 1% chance occurrence happen. That being, within my first 9 cards, I saw 3 identical cards. 4 games in a row. The 4th game, my buddy also had 3 identical cards in hand. Within the first 9 cards. That is so astronomically rare. There has to be something wrong with the Arena Shuffler. Like, that is the only conclusion that can really be come to. There is something wrong with that shuffler. And honestly, from even looking around online, other people are in the same camp. There is something just wrong with that shuffler. It's broken. It does not work the way it should. But Like, I can almost guarantee... Could I please aim correctly? I can almost... I did it again. Game, please! I'm holding up! There we go. I was holding up left. Why? Like, I can almost guarantee you, if I were to grab any of my various 60-card decks I have built in real life, give them a good shuffle, draw 9 cards, I'm almost never going to see 3 of the same card. Outside of lands. Like, these are 3 of the same 4 of. How are you, Steven? Taking a fab break. It's short for fantastically awesome break. Please start. Like, so let's say you have, 4 Llanowar War Elves in your deck. Little 1-drop green that you can tap for a green mana. It's a thing basically every green deck plays, because it taps for green mana. It's a little 1-drop. If you opened with 3 of those in your opening hand, that is a roughly 1% chance. So in 100 games, you should expect to see that once from a 60-card deck. And actually for opening hand, it becomes even less common because, you know, we'll go first 9, because that's roughly where I was seeing all this stuff. Like, it's frickin' wild. And I had that happen 4 games in a row. And it was extra kind of frustrating, because it was a case of those could have been good games of Magic, but the shuffler decided, nah, not allowed. It also doesn't help that, like, I have, in, like, 2 of those games, also drawn way too many lands. The card I was seeing, you know, 3 copies of was a land. Which is enough to really make you wish the lands weren't part of your main deck. I know there are definitely some Magic players who would hear that idea and be like, this isn't Hearthstone. It's like, yeah, well, yeah. But that doesn't make Hearthstone bad, that it doesn't have its mana in the deck. Like, imagine, if you will, and I've not put a huge amount of thought into this, so, you know, feedback is appreciated. For your deck, you have a basically 10 to 20 card little extra deck. Great to see you, Steven. Powderpuff, Orange Chat. I know what my parents are up to. Should probably give them a call. That you draw 3 cards from at the beginning of the game, and every 2 turns you draw 1 card from. And that's being your land deck. Main deck gets brought down to 40 cards. You run out of lands in your land deck, you simply stop drawing from it when you would normally draw from it. Yes, that does mean occasionally, every other turn basically, you would be drawing 2 cards instead of 1. 1 always being a land. I don't think that would be particularly broken. I actually think that would probably help the game. It would speed it up, but that's not overly a bad thing, because it would speed every deck up. Because you wouldn't need to worry as much about playing such and such a land. And your land choices would matter more, because you're more likely to see your 1 of 2 off lands. How goes it? Take a load off and stay a while, Nightshade. It's the latest. Sup? If you... Ooh. Sorry about that. I slept fine. But it feels like I pulled an all-nighter, Nightshade. Gotta figure out some way of getting my motor revved. Any ideas? Can move your body around. Exercise, huh? There's an idea. Didn't expect that from you, but it's not bad. Never been a huge fan of that stuff myself, but I gotta admit, it gets the blood pumping, Nightshade. Sure, I'll give it a shot. Tomorrow. I feel that, though I'm gonna be exercising later, so. He's playing more Deltarune music. I'm going to be looking over to see what 8-Bit's playing. Because if I see my suggestion, I'm going to want to pop into the VOD to check it out. But, like, it would take some fine-tuning, for sure. But, like, just think of the amount of just simply non-hands you have. And this would mean, rather than drawing 7 for your, 6 or 7 for your starting hand, where you're always drawing your 3 lands. Well, yeah, it'd be 3, because... Would it be 3? It might be 7. The starting hand in Magic, I've never stopped to fully count it. You basically would be... 3 of your lands would be just part of that starting hand. So you would always have 3 lands. And with doing this... Let's chat. Hey, Steven! Except for Saturday's bug off. I've been working my triceps for weeks. These bugs won't know what caught them. It's fair, my man. But, where was I going with that? Yeah, with that addition, because you're always going to be starting with 3 lands, well, ta-da, you don't need the mulligan anymore. You can get rid of the mulligan now. Or if you want to keep it, you shuffle the lands back into your land deck, you shuffle your other cards back into your regular deck, and then draw 3 new lands, 3 new cards from your main deck. Yeah, it's 7, because you start with 6 if you mulligan. So... Of which, at that point, I feel like they should just have you draw 6 instead of draw 7, put 1 back. Just draw 6. Honestly, just make the first mulligan free. That would be great. With how many just non-game hands exist. Like... And being down that 1 card really hurts. Let's see. Do you girls got anything I want? I'm not changing my shirt. Pinky really wanted me wearing this shirt. I mean, I could go with like a straw boater. It's not a bad looking hat. Would be pretty cool. Get some tiny shades. Become a rock star? No. I'm no rock star. There we go. They took a Taylor ticket. Go ahead and ship what you're wearing before directly to your storage at home. Kinda wish I could have gave you girls money, but, you know. I've been having more and more hot days lately. Summer's just around the corner. Summer's already here. I can't get up my collection of summer aprons. First day of summer was like days ago, I'm pretty sure. Might not have been. But I'm pretty sure it was days ago. Like... Apparently there was a quad raid going on. Yeah, I'm gonna keep getting distracted. Like, I almost want to say that, like, maybe some Magic players should take that kind of idea and see if they can fine-tune it. Because I could see having to adjust how lands are played for that kind of a format. It's my second time running into you today. First in your dreams. No, it wasn't, Simon. We've been through this. What I mean by that is, like, instead of being able to play 4 of the same land, maybe you can only play 2. Because you're going to see your lands. You know. And any card that says, you know, hey, search your deck, well, suddenly that just means search your lands deck. Ta-da. You know, problem solved. That card still functions as normal. Like, I'm trying to think of situations where that wouldn't, like, where that would be a problem to have the lands as their own separate deck. And of the cards I know, I can't think of any. So, you know, there is that. Oops, Saran, I'll be thinking, is he thinking of moving away? That'd be great, because he keeps fighting with Diva, and I don't like him anymore. What's your move? Away. Ah, glad I found you, Rambler. You see, got a bit of a cash flow situation going on here. Long story short, sell a few things. 4 things to be precise. What do you think? Alright, let's see. I don't need a raincoat. Don't need it. I could buy one of those from the Able Sisters. Yeah, not interested in that either. He needs the money. I was kind of hoping he might have something I would actually want. Like him moving off the island. If he'd stop fighting with Diva, I wouldn't have a problem, but he keeps fighting with Diva. And she ain't the problem here. We know Diva. She's sweet. Serrano, on the other hand, is a bit of a grump, bit of a jerk. You know, he's clearly being the problem here. But, like, I could, like... I'm not saying Magic as a whole should change. I'm just saying that could be a fun side format. You know? Because, like, it would probably incentivize other decks. Because you know you're always going to have your 3 lands. Always. I'm cooking, all my worries just melt away, Bigfoot. Jamaican. I'm making my specialty. It's cherry jelly. Oh, here, you can have my recipe for it. Alright. If you have the ingredients, you can make your own tasty dish. Cherry jelly sounds pretty nice. But, like... Because, I mean, there's a lot of side formats in Magic. Like, I don't feel like adding another one would be particularly hard, or even something the community would complain about. They seem to like their side formats. I mean, I say this because there's literally... It's not a seriously taken side format. But even in Yu-Gi-Oh! There are side formats where the extra deck has been messed with. Or, you know... We also have a lot of legacy formats that... Gonna be real, Konami tried to fix and then went back on because the player base started soiling their diapers. The amount of players that play those retro formats is not very high. And yet, you know, everyone came out of the woodwork to be like, oh, the changes of making the old formats follow the actual rules of the game, that's just too much. I have no idea what's going on the screen. Like, it was dumb. I might try out their what they're going to be using that rule set for on Master Duel when it comes around to that, because that sounds fun. I can't wait for an Edison-based format, just so I can play, basically, a version of the deck that people said wouldn't work. Once, Goyo Guardian got it, it was using its modern text. There are so many ways of making Goyo Guardian that, like, even requiring an Earth Tuner, it's not a problem. And I know I went into that big rant before, but, like, every card that was getting a change was a card that people wanted to have banned because it was overpowered. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At that time. Like, people look back at Edison format with rose-tinted glasses, and they go back and play it using their rose-tinted glasses because it's like, well, it was totally better back then. It's like, it really wasn't, though. A lot of the people playing Edison format are people who simply don't want to keep up with buying cards. They want their old deck from back then that was overpowered back then to still be playable and overpowered now. And that's just not how power creep in video games works. I know it's not exactly a video game, but it's still a game. Like, power creep in games is a thing. And power creep doesn't even necessarily have to come from the game progressing. Power creep can come from the players getting a better understanding of how to play. Turnip price, boys. 76. Okay, I need to check the morning tomorrow, so I need to be sure I've got the morning price in. I'm gonna sell the soccer uniform top. I don't want it. That should be everything. There we go. Like, a key example there is if you were to sit down to play chess against a current grandmaster, using strategies of a grandmaster from the 1900s, you'll probably lose. Because quite simply, you're using outdated strategies. There are better strategies. You need to adapt and move on to the better strategies. Like, those older strategies that you're following are ones that people know how to counter at this point. So, what are you doing other than losing? You need to adapt, move on to a better, more modern strategy, and get your win. Oh, we got a lost item. I've already talked with everybody, though. Okay, I was looking for CJ so I could, you know, do the fishing challenge. In just a moment. Stand up first, powder puff. I mean, we could talk with you sitting down. Will you drop this? It would be great if she just went, I didn't lose anything recently. This is hers. Muffy. Wow, Muffy moved in and immediately lost something. Alright. CJ, what do you got for us? Other than more dialogue than blathers. Like, literally. Just blathers and blathers. Challenge? Alright, what we got? Freestyle. 5 times in a row? Anything. Alright. Sounds good to me. Come give this to Muffy. I need to build Muffy a yard. And give her some yard decorations. Still not entirely sure how I'm going to do it, but because my regular design isn't going to work here. Hey, girl. Say as long as you want. I don't mind at all, Nightshade. Got something? Hmm? You find something? Yeah, this. Here you go. Oh, what? Good looking out, Steven. You're the best. Never thought I'd see it again. You gotta let me do something for you. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It ain't much for all that hard work, but here's some dinnerware. Cool? Stuff is pretty expensive, so I'll take it. Here, have some dinnerware. No. Oh, Mario Kart World music now. But, like... yeah, like... I would honestly like to try that as a side format for Magic. Of... have, like, a 10 to 20 card land deck alongside your regular deck. And maybe it would have to be like 15 to 20. Dorado! Like, because you wouldn't want it to be so small that, you know, you can basically fine-tune exactly the land you're gonna see. Damn it. I need to fish with my ears, not my eyes. Just means I'll have 6 fish to sell to CJ. I need to get down to the ocean. That's what I need to do. These rivers are not great for fishing out of. They're just not big enough. I can't run from one side to the other and have fish spawn. But, you know, that's where I'm in the camp of, like, Magic players would need to take that idea and fine-tune it. And again, like, maybe you'd have to have the rule of only 2 copies of each land outside of basics. You know. Just something that, like, something to try to keep it from always having exactly the lands you want. Because, like, you know, let's say you're playing a tricolor deck, well, if you could play 4 of your tricolor land in a, 10-card land deck, you're gonna see one of those every single starting hand, basically. You know, the chance of you not seeing one would be pretty low. But if you could only play 2 of them, and it had to be at least 15 cards, well, now you've got a pretty decent chance of not actually seeing it. Of which I can also now feel the Magic community having the thought of, man, these Yu-Gi-Oh players coming in trying to change our game. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to make it better. Because, like, I mostly play Arena, which is best of 1. And Magic was not designed for best of 1. But the fact of the matter is, Arena is best of 1. Predominantly. So, you kinda gotta make a format that works in best of 1. And, like, in a best of 3, having a complete non-starter of a hand is fine. You can lose a game and still win the match. In best of 1, if you get a non-starter hand, you lose. You just lose. You're done. You're out. Get good, scrub. And because of how randomness works, and the Magic Shuffler being kinda garbage, marijuana! It's 5 in a row. Like, you're stuck with, losing a lot of games that realistically you wouldn't lose if the Shuffler was competent. I may as well catch some more fish before I turn this in. And, like, most of the problem with the Shuffler comes down to lands. So if you don't need to worry about the lands anymore, well, ta-da. That's a big problem with the Shuffler fixed. Right there. Now, another big problem with the Shuffler is that it does what is considered hand smoothing, where basically what it'll do is it will try to manipulate your deck to giving you, 1 or 2 low-cost cards, 1 or 2 mid-cost cards, and 1 or 2 high-cost cards in your starting hand. Whether it should do that or not, that's what it does. And you can see that when playing. Like, if you play only a couple really low-cost cards, like, I have a few 1-drops in my deck. Not many, but a few. I see those 1-drops a lot more often than I see my 3-drops that I have more of in total in the deck. Like, that's to the level of smoothing you'll see. It's where I'm honestly quite tempted to, instead of running some land acceleration cards, to instead just run Llanowar Elves. I'll probably see them more often, and if nothing else, they can chump block. What we got? Clay. So, I also do really need to try building another tribe-based deck. See what I can maybe do. The problem I have with doing that at the moment, I'm just gonna sell my stuff to CJ, is I don't know when the next rotation is gonna happen for Standard. What's up, Fashionista? I don't have an angler, so no. I might end up just playing this a bit on my own time and fishing later. Oh, we got a fair few fish here to sell. I'm gonna guess 14,000. Got some pretty valuable fish. Holy crap! Okay, I was way off. Okay, 50,000 then. Jeez. Okay. Thanks, CJ. But like, I feel like I should just go to like the oldest sets and just never get anything out of those ones. Like the oldest sets currently in standard. Because like, I don't know when it's gonna rotate. Now, I know Magic Foundations is going to be in Standard for a while, so I could go to Foundations and see what's there. That could be an idea. We haven't found our bottle yet today. Have we? No, we haven't. There we go. All we got. To someone out there somewhere, I just might have come up with a DIY recipe that'll change everything. I just had to share it, so I stuffed it into a bottle and floated it to you. Try it and see what happens. Your clever pal, Camel Frog. Golden Dharma. Alright. Pretty neat. Yeah, we'll end the episode here today. Bit of a shorter one, but I wanna get watching the 8-bit stream, and we have gone for a while. And I've been rambling this whole time about stuff. It's great. There hasn't been very many pauses of me going, what to ramble about? I actually had something to ramble about today, so that's nice. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here next time for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then! And now in this end card, I would like to ask, if you liked the video, could you maybe hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? It'd help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch.